I remember when I was a teenager, I had this like little growth thing on my knee, and I never ever really thought anything more or else about it. And I've lived my life for a long time now with it on my knee, but it was kind of ugly. It was a little embarrassing. It's kind of personal. But one day I decided I was going to get it cut off. This day did not come without anxiety and stress and appointments and money and all the rest. Man, it took a lot to get me prepared and ready to do even something as simple as that. Have you ever had to put in a lot of effort and a lot of energy to prepare yourself to do something? A lot of us, when we like to make phone calls, it takes a long time to build up the oomph to make that phone call, even if it's good. A lot of us have a lot of stress and anxiety to do different things, and a lot of times we just end up laying in bed or something like that. But it takes a lot to be prepared to go and do something. And what we're talking about are like little somethings. I can't even begin to imagine being Joshua standing on the bank of the Jordan River with God himself saying, you need to be ready. You need to get prepared to cross the river to go and take the promised land. I can't imagine the preparation and anxiety that must have come along with Joshua at that time. That would have been tough. But God knew that Joshua was going to need his guidance and his reassurance to be prepared, to be ready to go and to take the promised land. And that's where we're going to find ourselves, Joshua chapter 1, verses 10 and 11. God's going to see the need of Joshua. And this is what we're going to be thinking about for the next few weeks here. What does Joshua need to do this? This has got to be really tough. Remember, for the last 40 years, Moses has been in charge. And they've been wandering around the wilderness, slowly dying off. As you remember, Joshua and Caleb and 10 other spies were sent into the land to stake it out and see what was going on. And Joshua and Caleb came back and they're like, yeah, we can take them. And the other 10 were like, I don't know, they're pretty big. And God says, you know what, if you're not going to trust me in this, all y'all that are old enough to know better are going to die off in the wilderness. And then I'll bring you in. We've now gotten to that point, and now Joshua's the man of the hour, and he's the one who's going to be leading this people, this children of Israel, into the promised land. And God's going to be with him every step of the way. And it's fantastic as we read this and we see what is God doing to help him be ready and be prepared to go and do this. He's going to say to Joshua in Joshua chapter 1, verses 10 and 11, then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, pass through the camp and command the people, saying, prepare provisions for yourselves, for within 3 days you will cross over this Jordan to go in to possess the land which the Lord your God is giving you to possess. He's giving them an opportunity to prepare themselves, to be ready. 3 days might not seem like a long period of time, but it was probably just enough. They have 3 days to get their hearts ready, to get themselves spiritually ready, mentally ready, physically ready. They're going to have a big job ahead of them. And Joshua's giving them some warning and preparing them, help to prepare them to take the promised land. This is going to be such a monumental task, and God is going to help Joshua to lead these people to the promised land, because Joshua knows what's at stake here. If you don't go and do this, gosh, we just got done with 40 years in the wilderness. God's not messing around, and he's not kidding. When he says that you need to go and take this land, he means it. So what is it that God's wanting you to do? What is God preparing you to do? What steps does God want you to take in your continued service for him? I'm sure he has all kinds of plans for you. He wants to prosper you. He wants to help you out. He wants to lead you through something. Maybe you've got something you're not looking forward to. He wants to help you, lead you, guide you, and grow you. So don't be afraid of what God is trying to do to you, with you, and through you.